Well, hello. Welcome to Jay's studio. It's a different place than the last time I posted up a video. It's been quite a while, actually. I continue to have a number of interesting hobbies, and I will continue to, at some point, get back to doing 3D printer videos. But at this time, I've been asked to do a video on how to install a new headband on the HE6seV2 headphones. So I'm going to get to show them to you here as single headphones because I've already taken them apart. But we're going to look at a replacement headband for the HE6seV2s, which is available on eBay, and you'll have a link down in the description of the video for where you can find this. Very affordable, right around $40. I was looking, and if you go online and actually do some searching for reviews on the HE6seV2s, almost universally they're praised as being an exceptional headphone with having for a planar driver, a very present low end, along with very natural extension through the mids and the treble. Everybody loves the headphones. What they don't love about the headphones is the stock headband, which develops hotspots right up in here. If it's on your head for any length of time, this really doesn't compress very well. People do other things. Sometimes they'll put a headband cover on here. I've done that. And obviously, given that their design, they don't rotate very well. They rotate some. So as far as rotating the ear cups, but they don't rotate much. So there's just not a whole lot. And this is the same headband, for example, that's used in the HE400 series, HE500 series, just marketed a little differently. So I should say in the late last few years models anyway. This is something that most owners of the HE6seV2s want to, this is the Hifiman headphones, want to change. And so there's a couple of options out there. There's the new enhanced comfort headband on Hifiman's site. And there's also the original headband on Hifiman's site as well. But I wanted to look for something that may be a little bit different. Everybody talks about how wonderful the Audeze LCD series headbands are. And so I found a kind of a knockoff that had been recommended by another Reddit member for this kind of, it's marketed on eBay as an Audeze replacement headband. And so I wanted to give it a shot. So I even though it's not advertised to fit the HE6seV2s, I wanted to see if they would work. And the manufacturer and I talked a little bit, and for shooting this video, I bought these with my own money, but for shooting this video, I'm going to get a sizable discount back. I'm not going to get them for free for shooting the video. I'm just going to get a little bit of a discount so that he has a way to show folks on his site and etc. how to install these on the HE6seV2s, which would then allow him to claim compatibility with them. So as far as what comes in the box, it wasn't a box really. It was that envelope that you see in front of you. Obviously not the HE6seV2 ear cups. I've already taken those off. I'll talk about that in just a second. And then, but what comes are your two earpieces themselves. That will thread up through the sides of the headband. So you get two of those, hopefully, or else this would be a non-starter as a video. And then you get this kind of frame, and this is lambskin. Very nice, feels incredibly nice. It's kind of a suede bottom and then a kind of a buttery lambskin top. And then it's marked left and right instead of having the Audeze brand markings, which would be good because that would be copyright infringement. So that's what this assembly is. It also comes with a wrench here. I'll show you what that's for here in just a second. And then it comes with a huge set of different types of fasteners and washers, another Allen wrench. So this is to allow it to be compatible with numerous series, Audeze series headphones. I'll tell you what I used from that here in just a second. So the first step for this process was actually taking these headphones off. Just a note that in the, and I'll do a close-up here, that there's a little post here on both sides of the stock ear cups. That post actually goes up into the headband hole, and that hole is actually radiused. Sorry, there we go. That hole is actually radiused a little bit with a little flat edge to ensure you get it in the correct way. And then the screws drive down through the post and secure that to the headband. Those screws do not have a washer or anything underneath. They just go directly onto the post. The posts on the ear cups actually protect you from having a lot of scraping or whatever on the sides of this particular ear cup mount. Of note, when you take these off, you'll note that there's some blue on them. These were actually Loctited in to the posts on the ear cups. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Loctite actually makes things very difficult to come out. So I guess that's good for safety. Flip side is that like this, it is going to take you a little bit of effort to screw out these screws. You're not going to be able to just spit them out and then be done. I'm pretty much a stickler for trying to keep everything in relatively mint condition. So something I used as a, I had my screwdriver, but I actually used a spare piece of plastic, and that spare piece of plastic I would lay over the screw and then turn the screw through that plastic so that I didn't mar the screws themselves. And as a result, the screws still look like they did when they came in the box, which is something that for something like this, if you're going to kind of collect these things, you kind of want to keep your stuff pretty nice. As far as fitting, so that's enough. I don't think I need to show you this anymore. We're not going to be using the stock headband, so I'm going to set that to the side and we can concentrate on the replacement band. Just a note that given the way these posts are developed or put together, that these replacements are not going to slide over them. But the holes match up perfectly to be able to put them directly on top of the posts here, as far as the ear cup mounts. So it'll fit. I'm not worried about that. It's going to look just a little bit different because there's going to be a standoff. So you can see as I turn it around over here that you're going to have a little bit of space in between your ear cup mount and the thing itself. I'm not too worried about that, and we'll try it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But it's definitely going to be compatible. But what I decided to do with my screws is I didn't need any of the washers because the screws are going to be the same. I'm actually going to be able to use the same screws. In fact, they're not going to go as far into those posts because the posts aren't going to go. The posts aren't going to go through the ear cup mounts. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use in the hardware package, there was a set of 4 little black O-rings, and I'm actually going to mount the O-rings over the screws themselves. The screws then will go through the mount like so, and then that will drive into the post. There's plenty of, if you can tell, there's plenty of space. There's probably a good 9 to 10 threads on the inside of the screw itself. So I'll be able to drive that into the ear cup mount without a problem. And the idea there is just to keep everything relatively nice. I'm not worried about the inside because again, the inside of the last mount had a screw directly up against it. So I'm not so fussed about trying to keep these the tops of these little things pristine. They're just plastic. But as a result, I'm not going to torque it up very tight. And there's probably, as it looks to me, there's going to be residual Loctite in here anyway, so I'm not going to be too worried about them coming loose. Last thing on this video, and I'll mash this up with another video when I come back with some, once I get a few things installed, is I promised that I would tell you what this, I'll try to line it up so you can see the daylight through there. Inside the posts that these have to drive through, So this is going to stick up through there, and then it's going to swivel for you and all that kind of stuff, right? Like inside those posts, there is a little Allen nut. And that Allen nut is going to tighten once you get everything mounted up. You're going to put that in there, and then you're going to tighten up this Allen nut to actually tighten up. It's going to groove into one of the grooves here. If you can see, I'll try to get it closer and see if I can get a better picture there. Like there's grooves down this, so you're going to tighten that Allen nut up into one of those grooves. That's going to allow this to be secure and not fall out, but also allow this to spin and give you some cup rotation, ear cup rotation when we get it on there. But you're going to need this, or if you've got, if you've got a set of Allen wrenches, whatever, you're going to need to back out the screws here before you go about trying to install these headphone mounts. So anyway, that's where we are. I will cut this for now, and when I come back, I will have a little bit more done, and we can talk about that. Okay, I'm back, and I'm working on installing the actual ear cups. I've installed one right there, and I've got it lying down there. I've actually got it. I've got it inserted and done correctly. I figured I wouldn't waste too much of your time by showing you, having you watch me do both of these, but at least you can watch me do this one here to be able to see how to do it. And so what I've decided to do is I pre-thread, let me put this down there, I pre-thread the screw with the black, with the black washer sitting right there, right? And then you have to kind of and again, something soft to set your ear cups on. And then I'm going to take that screw and already through the ear cup. I'm gonna make sure you can see this. Yep, all right. Let me move this maybe just a little bit closer. Yeah, so just through the ear cup into the stanchion on the ear cup, and then I'm going to just finger thread. You don't want to cross thread here, i.e. you want to get it started in nice and straight with your fingers. Now, on the other cup, I just did this with my fingers. I saw no reason to use the screwdriver at all. So I know my hands are right in the way of what you're trying to see. So yeah, I'm just screwing that in. Now I'll come back and tighten that up here in just a second, and I'll turn it over, right? And I'll take the other screw with the little black washer already on it, put it through, and you're gonna have to bend a little bit here. Not much, just a bit, so that you can get it going nice and straight into the ear cup. I know my hand's right in the way, but I'm just putting the screw directly down into the stanchion on the ear cup and just getting it started so that it's not cross-threaded into the threads in the little stanchion. So now I've got it started, and you can see that we're squared away there. So all I got to do now is tighten it up, and I can feel the swing arm here molding itself to this particular ear cup. So I'm gonna just keep going until I get that all the way down. Now, one thing is those stanchions want to turn. So I did not have this much problem on the other ear cup just because the stanchion didn't turn as easily. This stanchion, and that's the little piece that's coming out of the ear cup, this one wants to turn a little bit. So just something to be aware of. I'm going to go to the other side and finish that up first. There we go. Should have filmed the other ear cup, but that's all right. This is going to work just fine. That side is fairly nice and tight already. This side may need a little bit of a screwing, but I'll get to that in just a second because I want to see what I want to give you how you actually install this into this other side. So remember I said you needed an Allen wrench here. I'll turn this around. You needed the Allen wrench to be able to to work on this little set screw inside that actually drives through and actually secures both the overall metal and lambskin piece, as well as secures the right height for your headphones. So in this case, you're going to take them, and I found that, like, if you put you see where my thumb is here? If you put your thumb right underneath that, the mounting stanchion here, and just push that up through the hole, it'll go in nice and nice and securely, right? And then I found that I needed 2 1/3, so that's exactly where I want it. I can see on the other side that I wanted 2 of these little rings visible, plus the third one just peeking out from the hole there. And all I have to do now is just tighten this up and just go till it stops. Don't need to go any farther, because it's not going to fall out at that point, and you want it to be able to swivel for you like this. I'm sorry, I'll back this up. So you want it to be able to swivel all the way, like I did at that, just like that. And to do that, you just tighten these set screws up until it basically touches, contacts the groove. And that groove, since there's the grooves are here, once that set screw contacts one of the grooves, now since this is metal, that's metal, it can't go up and down. Even if it feels a little loose there, there's no way for the stanchion to slide inside the headband itself. Last thing I was going to do here to show you is that these come with little caps. You have to, I'm sorry, here we go. Yeah, there. You have to actually take off those caps to be able to push these things through, push the stanchions through the headband mounts. So got to put those on there. That secures them there. And at this point, the headphone is actually ready. There we go. The headphone is ready to use. And if I just put it on my head, I'm actually going to have to push those stanchions up for another ring on both sides. But that should do it. I think that shows you how to do that. And look at the difference in, I'll back this up just a little bit here. How's that? As far as visibility, look at the freedom of movement you have for them at this point. They'll still hang nice and straight on your stand and face. I'll put them on a stand right here so you can see them. There you go. And you've got the nice lambskin on the top of your head. I've already tried it on, and there are going to be no hot spots because it really conforms to your head very nicely. It's just, the radius is just underneath the metal, so this is a suspension band. Even if it looks like it's directly on top of it, it's actually, the radius is such that once your head fills out, the weight of the headphone is actually carried on the lambskin, not on the metal frame at the top. And I think they look pretty darn good. I mean, it definitely looks better than the plastic. This is kind of all plastic with just a little bit of metal on the ear cup mounts. But wow, just the difference in the way it feels is pretty amazing. I can recommend these for $40. That's almost half the price of what you're going to get from a Hifiman replacement strap, and you're going to get this kind of style that comes with an Audeze type headband that a lot of folks like in the hobby. So that's up to you, though. If that makes a difference for you, great. If not, great. But I think this should give you everything you need to know to actually put them safely on your headphones and use them. So anyway, take care, and we'll talk to you another time.